We have all seen the movies and played the games. But have you ever wondered, what if zombies were actually real? What would happen if a zombie outbreak started tomorrow? Let's imagine how this scary world would actually work. First, how would a zombie virus even start? Scientists say a real zombie wouldn't be magic. It might be caused by a strange brain parasite or a new virus. This virus would change how the brain works. It would turn off the parts that make us, us. And it would turn on a constant aggressive hunger. If this happened, the first few hours would be very confusing. People wouldn't realize what was happening at first. They might think it's just a strange new sickness. But soon, the news would show people acting very strangely. The outbreak would spread very quickly in big cities. Because there are so many people close together, the virus would jump fast. Hospitals would become very crowded and dangerous. This is when the government would have to make big decisions. They might close the borders and tell everyone to stay home. You would see soldiers on the streets trying to keep order. But a real zombie wouldn't be like the ones in the movies. A real human body still needs food and water to work. So, a real zombie wouldn't last forever. Without drinking water, a zombie would stop moving in a few days. Also, the weather would be a big problem for them. In very cold places, zombies would freeze solid like ice. In very hot places, their bodies would break down very fast. So, the zombie apocalypse might actually be quite short. But what would life be like for the survivors? The biggest problem wouldn't be the zombies, but other people. When food and water run out, people can become very desperate. Grocery stores would be empty in just a few hours. The electricity and the internet would likely stop working. You would have to learn how to live without your phone or computer. People would start moving away from the big, crowded cities. They would look for safe places in the mountains or on islands. You would have to learn new skills, like how to grow your own food. Knowing how to fix things and find clean water would be vital. Small communities would start to form for protection. Everyone would have to have a job to help the group survive. But how would we actually fight the zombies? Since they are already dead or very sick, they don't feel pain. Traditional weapons might not work as well as you think. The best defense would probably be a strong wall and a lot of patience. If you can stay safe for a few weeks, the zombies might just rot away. Nature would also help us out. Wild animals, like wolves or bears, might start hunting the slow zombies. Even tiny insects would help break down their bodies. So the world wouldn't stay zombie land forever. But the world would be changed forever. Many of our big cities would be empty and quiet. Nature would start to take over the streets and buildings. You would see trees growing through the cracks in the roads. Animals would roam through the empty shopping malls. It would be a post-apocalyptic world. The few people left would have to build a new kind of society. They would have to decide what rules are important now. Would we still use money, or would we trade things instead? How would we teach the children who grow up in this new world? They would learn about the old world from books and stories. To them, a car or a television might seem like ancient magic. But humans are very good at adapting to new situations. We would find ways to be happy and creative even in a hard world. We would still make music, tell stories, and help each other. The zombie era would eventually become a part of history. Future generations would study it like we study the Great Plague. They would wonder how we survived such a scary time. But what can we learn from this what-if scenario today? It reminds us how much we depend on each other and our technology. It shows us that our world is actually quite fragile. And it makes us appreciate the simple things we have now. Clean water, a warm bed, and a safe home are very precious. We also see that the real monsters are often not the zombies. The real danger is when we stop caring about other people. So even if zombies never become real, the lesson is important. We should work together to make our world stronger and kinder. Because a united society can face almost any challenge. Even an army of the Walking Dead wouldn't stand a chance. So don't worry too much about a zombie outbreak tonight. Just remember to be a good neighbor and value what you have.